through the jungle, where the Camino Real and also El Camino de Cruces. The tugboats are taken out. Remember, in the fleet we have 22 tugboats, and these ones are going to help the ship to align to enter in position to the next set of locks. The lane that we're going to use to transit. Once again, we'll have the tugboats helping the ship.
This is the rainforest the canal relies on. The hundreds of inches of rain per year that feeds the lakes, that feeds the locks, that makes the Panama Canal work. Without the rainforest, there would be no Panama Canal. There could be as many as 600 different types of tree in 1 square mile. As you can see, we haven't travelled very far. There's the Miraflores locks that we've been in. This is the Miraflores Lake. There's 3 hours to get to this stage. We're travelling really slowly. Everyone's excited about this trip. They've all got positions right on the deck side. Back in our position, drinking nice cup of ice water. There he is. Pole position, of course, right on the deck side. The other side of the ship now, the view is not much different, but we can see the Pedro Miguel locks better. This is the next set of locks that we're entering. That freighter ship is the one that went ahead of us. It's pretty much the same as the other side, but boy is it hot. I think the temperature's about in the 90s. Little palm tree there, right on the lakeside. I'm a bit disappointed with the rainforest. It looks very dry, but it's the end of their summer. The rainy season is from May to September, and then everything's a lot more lush and green. Although these palm trees, they're quite nice. That's really quite impressive. Pool on a higher deck, and it's also the salad bar at lunchtime. That's where I'm going now, higher up to the front of the ship, and there's 1 deck higher, and that's as high as I can go, and that's the jogging deck. Not interested in the Panama Canal at all. In all the walking deck. Every morning you can go round and round and round and round, and I think it's 15 times round is one everybody's fighting to be right at the front of the ship. I'm going to see if I can get a place. The noise you can hear is from the steam from the funnel by the side of me. I feel a bit stupid talking with all these people around me. standing on a chair. Deck that Jack and I sunbathe on every morning. The spa is to the door where the people are just walking to the left. Unfortunately, it's windy, but it's very, very hot. Jack got sunburned, so we haven't been out there for a day or two. We call it the green deck because there's artificial green turf on the deck. You see one of the stewards, she's giving out drinks or asking us for drinks. I don't know what all these dials are for. He does know what they're for.
Lady of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The gates have been used since 1914 when the canal began to operate. The gates are all standard, 65 feet wide, 7 feet thick. The height varies, however, from 47 up to 82 feet, depending on their position. The largest gates have the same height of a 7-story building. Despite the tremendous weight, they can be opened or closed in 2 minutes, activated with a small 40-horsepower.
There's a running commentary, but we can't hear him properly, so I'm just filming the lifeboats, just to let you know that we can get off, just in case we sink. No, I don't think so. I don't think they're interested. The Panama Canal is first for everybody. And we're going to be raised 31 feet before entering the man-made lake, the biggest man-made lake in the world. Temperature of the pool's quite warm. 76 degrees, no, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Do you like the jazzy shirts of the deck stewards, buffy stewards? Your buffy breakfast or buffy lunch? This is the Lido deck. It's mainly a salad bar that's next door, that's just entering this lock. There's 11 inches clearance either side. 11 inches. But he's using the swimming pool. That's the first time we've actually seen somebody in the swimming pool. She seems to be enjoying it as well. It's much cooler there than it is out here. By golly, it's hot out here. Here's this ship again, just slowly inching its way into the lock next door. You can also see people on the lower deck and the coffee machine. And that's where we get our coffee. And free orange juice, iced tea, iced water, ice. Jack manages to get more ice than necessary. He can never ever stop the machine. He just presses the button and ice just keeps tumbling out and he can't stop the machine. It's filled by gravity, not pumps, and they use millions and millions of gallons of water. I think it's 2 million gallons of water every 2 minutes just to fill this one lock alone, and then it's all just poured out into the Pacific or into the Caribbean. That's why they rely solely on the rainforests to replenish the lakes that will then replenish the locks. Otherwise there'd be no Panama stewards. They're Philippines or Filipinos. They're quite pretty girls, but by golly, they do pest you. Of the drop there, that's 31 feet. We're on the higher level, and the ship before, that's ready to be raised. The lock gates are closed there, they're ready to open for the next ship that's been manoeuvred into line by that tugboat. He's having a bit of a job as well to get him into line. You can see we haven't travelled very far. The last locks are just in the distance there. It's taken about 3 hours to travel perhaps 2 miles. There we are, the gates are slowly closing for the next ship to come in. Isn't it magnificent engineering? You can see that they are double lock gates. You can see the others just now closing. Don't know whether you can hear the comedian down below. He's so funny and American, he amuses everybody. Lots of Americans on board, not very many British. Few Canadians as well. There we go. We're just travelling slowly. Just moving out of the lock slowly into the huge man-made lake.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have here no locks. Believe it or not, we are 85 feet above sea.
85 feet above the sea, he's just said.
Now we are entering on each side of the banks. We will see several markers which are also telling the pilots how to line the vessel. The camera is ready because to your left or to the port side you'll see a bronze plaque which is a memorial to Colonel David Elliott, the major in the cut, though he died before the job was completed of a brain tumor. In charge of giving maintenance to the steam shovels. When they finish, we have more workers blasting and drilling in the air. Not at all. The blockade that we will see to the left or
Difficult part for the engineers. They had to cut this stretch out of rock.
this contractor's hill. To the right, Gold Hill. Remember, this is the lowest part of the Continental Divide.
This is a plaque to commemorate the engineer who died before the cut was actually completed. It's the Galliard cut, hewn out of rock.
There it is. There it is.
You can see here how difficult it was. Just sheer rock that they cut out this canal. A better idea of the cut now, how they're hewn out of rock and mud. Apparently they had a lot of trouble with mudslides and many men were killed while they were actually building the canal.
Yeah, what if the other side? That's the most back. Okay. You can't go to the